Natalia Bonner, welcome back. All right, I'm so excited to show you a little bit of quilting today, but really excited for another reason, because I get to introduce you to my 3 brand new machine quilting rulers. Yes, you heard me right, I have 3 new rulers. So in today's video, I'm going to be quilting on this really fun pineapple block. It's so dang cute. And we're actually going to be using my brand new Sway Baby. So this awesome little ruler, I'll demonstrate some quilting with it and show you all about it today, but it is designed to mark and quilt a 1-inch circle. You guys have been asking, and I just had to figure out the right way to make it all happen, and we finally have the Sway Baby for 1-inch curves. Plus it does have a bonus 4-inch curve. I also have a brand new ruler. I'm working on a lot more videos, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, but this Sway 2 is my other new ruler. We won't be focusing on it today, but I do have a full video in the PNQ Academy where I'm showing you how I'm quilting the scallop border on this quilt and using this Sway 2 machine quilting ruler. Of course, I will be creating a lot more videos to come as well, but that one is designed for 2-inch curves. And then we have a giant ruler available now, which is the Sway 6. So this completes the collection of the Sway machine quilting rulers. And the Sway 6 is for those giant curves. 6-inch circles is what this one's designed for. So to quilt, concave and circle sides are for quilting, and the hook end is for marking. Anyways, I'm super excited about these rulers. You can grab them now over on our website, pieceandquilt.com. But let's hop down here today and I'll show you how I'm going to first do a bit of marking and then some quilting using the Sway Baby. All right, we're going to start out first before we do the quilting with this Sway Baby, but we're going to do a little bit of marking to set up that grid to quilt the pineapple. So I'm going to be using this long straight ruler that I purchased from the Quilted Pineapple. This is the 12-inch ruler. I really like these rulers for marking, so that's what you'll see me use quite often. I am also going to be using the blue Mark Be Gone marker to mark out this design. And then when I need to remove this, I will use a combination in our Piece and Quilt misting spray bottles of 1 cup of filtered water and 1 teaspoon of baking soda to remove these markings. But I like to use the blue Mark Be Gone on this particular design for my markings. I actually tried the air erasable marker and it disappeared faster than I could quilt out the design. So I switched to this marker. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is go through first and quilt or mark out using the Mark Be Gone marker a line every 1/2 inch. So I'll mark my line, adjust my ruler, mark the next line, and I'm going to repeat this moving the whole way up this pineapple. So we're going to speed the video up a little bit. I think you'll still get the concept of what I'm doing, just adjusting the ruler and marking horizontal lines every 1/2 inch. Okay, so I've got those lines all marked out. Now I'm going to turn the ruler and repeat that same process, now going vertical. Okay, so there's the grid all marked out. Now I'm ready to begin quilting. Okay, so So I am super excited about this Sway Baby. Let's just go over some of the basics with it. This circle end right here on the Sway Baby is designed for marking. So to mark a 1-inch circle. Now, whenever you're doing any machine quilting with rulers, you always want to make sure that you do have a ruler foot. Let's bring the machine over just so you can see mine. This is the Gamma ruler foot. You always want to make sure that you have a ruler foot on your machine when you're doing any ruler quilting. I recommend picking this up from your machine manufacturer, your machine dealer. But pretty much the industry standard from the needle position to the outside of the foot measures 1/4 of an inch. So we've designed the rulers taking that into consideration. So let's back this out of the way. So what do I mean when I say you can use this for marking? So I want to make this clamshell type design on this quilt. And I want it to be offset. So I did need to do a little bit of marking. Now you can totally go through using this circle end of the ruler. There's a few markings on the circle end. This is the large circle end. You can line those up on top of the grid and then mark those quilted lines. So this is the line that I can use this end of the ruler to line up on that same intersection and quilt that shape. I can also use this side of the ruler and quilt that exact shape. Let me mark out just a few of those just so I can give you an idea, a concept of what I'm going to be quilting here, and then we'll go through and quilt some without all of the markings. So again, we might speed this up a little bit so that you don't have to sit here and just watch me slowly mark all day long. Okay, I know some of those markings got a little bit wild, but I think you kind of got the concept there of what I was doing. Lining up the marked lines through the center here on top of the intersections and then just marking point to point. Okay, so now let's start down here and do a bit of quilting. I'll show you working back and forth. I'm going to be stitching here on my Gamma 22-inch machine. I do have my stitch length set at 14 stitches per inch, so I am stitching in the stitch regulated mode. The thread that I'm using here is the So Fine color number 402, and I do have 1 layer of the Quilter's Dream Poly Deluxe batting. When I quilt out this design, I have found through the other pineapples that I've quilted on here that I really am liking starting down here on the bottom and working up. I don't know if every design that I quilt this, like if it was in a strip or something, if I would always treat it the same, but for this quilt, I'm finding that I liked starting down here and working up. Let's start out here, and I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can use the Sway Baby. Like I said, it's available on our website, peaceandquilt.com, to quilt these scallops. So on this tiny little end of the Sway Baby, let's try to put it where you can see it the best, but through the center there of the Sway Baby, you can see that there are a few lines marked. Those lines, there's an X and a T, indicate the center of that tiny little circle. So what I'm going to be doing is lining up the center right here on this intersection, right there on that intersection, and right there on that intersection, and quilting point to point around that. So I'll be lining it up right there, and right there. Now, as I do line that up, if you find that your ruler, you need a little bit more space for your foot or something, the great thing about this Sway Baby is as long as that center point is staying right on that intersection, I can slightly rotate and still have that same exact curve. Hope that's clear as mud. Let's start out and quilt a few of those using this tiny circular end. So point to point, when I do stop and readjust, I like to stop with my needle in the down position. And you can see I just kind of find a way that's comfortable for my left hand to hold on to the Sway Baby while I guide my machine and stop and start it with my right hand. So over here, I'm actually going to use the straight end of the baby and travel up to the next row. Again, I'll line up that center point on that tiny end of the sway baby, and I'm going to stitch point to point curves. I do always want to make sure with this design that I'm alternating those point to point curves. So this is a great place sometimes to mark out just to get you started so that you know, okay, make sure to alternate them. Now I'll travel up again, traveling up that ditch, line it up on those intersections, and here we go. Okay, travel up the ditch again. And let's repeat, working across once again. You can see I accidentally turned too far, so I'll just simply rotate it and continue. Okay, I love that. You can already start to see that texture coming to life. I'm going to quilt a couple more rows here, still using this small circular end on this sway baby, but now showing you how I'm going to do it without all of the scallops already being marked out. Okay, so on this row, I want to offset them, so I just know that I need to start there and stitch to that point. If I can't remember, sometimes I'll grab the larger circle on the sway baby and line it up and be like, okay, it needs to come there, so this one needs to connect at that point. Okay, so let's again line up that little circle in the center point on that intersection and point to point. So same concept as with the markings, just a little bit less. Okay, so from this point, I know I need to offset them, which means where I am right here, I'll go right up to that point. I already know I'm at the top, so go right to the next point. Okay, so there's a couple of rows quilted out with that end. Now, are you ready to see how we use this concave side? It's a really fun way. I think it's fun to try both and learn. I've been using them both here on this quilt. Some directions that I go, I prefer to use the concave side, and some directions I prefer to use this small circle end. So let me show you how to use the markings on the ruler. Let's travel up. We're going to start the next curve right there at that point because I want it to come across and come right back to here. So what I'll do, make sure you have your ruler foot on your machine. Now I'm lining up the sway baby. I have my needle here in the down position. I'm lining this line on the sway baby. I could also rotate the ruler if I wanted and line up that line right there. So just depending what feels comfortable in your hand, and you may even notice as I'm quilting, I might adjust it to maybe that direction right there. But as long as this line right here lines up on top of the grid where I want the bottom point to be, so the point that's closest to my body, and then this line over here, I want to be on top of the line that I'm going to quilt to. So I'm lining up right here on top of the bottom, the point I'll quilt to, and then over here, the same point that I'll quilt to. So I'll apply gentle pressure, then engage the machine and stitch point to point. Just like that. Now I'll readjust, make sure those markings on the ruler are lined up on top of the grid, and continue. All right, so from here I'm going to go up to the next row and repeat. Do I have that in the right spot? guys, I just realized that I quilted to the wrong point. I like created an echo, so I'm going to hurry and unpick that, and then I'll bring you back and finish the rest of the pineapple. Okay, don't you wish unpicking was actually that fast? I don't always unpick, but with a design like this where it is so specific and so structured, I definitely am going to go through and pick that out. So for some reason I went over to that point when I really need to come up to this point. So let's get back into that and I will finish off the quilting here on this pineapple. Okay, I love how that turned out. I'm definitely going to be using that Sway Baby a lot more in the future. Okay, I love how that block turned out. It's exactly like I thought it would, and I'm just obsessed. So what I'll do now is go through and remove those markings using, like I mentioned, 1 cup of filtered water, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, mix that in our Piece and Quilt misting spray bottle, mist it on there. Because my markings are pretty heavy, it might take a few times. Like I might have to mist it, let it even sit overnight, and then go through and mist it again. Sometimes when you mist things, the ink can sink down into the batting, so always also check your backing, and always, of course, test before doing any marking at all. But I need to get back to quilting. I've got lots more to do on this adorable quilt. You definitely want to check this video out in the PNQ Academy. I've created some fun designs here to really create some cool secondary interest. And like I said, don't forget to grab this Sway Baby, now available on our website. Last thing, friends, before you leave, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll be back soon with another machine quilting video.